If you didn't know, you're about to know. On January 15, 2009, 155 people were on a plane taking a trip from New York to North Carolina. But instead of making it there, they were about to become part of one of the greatest survival stories in aviation history. Just after takeoff, the plane climbed to about 3,000 feet when destruction struck. A flock of large Canada geese slammed into both engines, and within seconds, the plane lost power. Imagine hearing two jet engines suddenly just go quiet. The cockpit filled with warning alarms, and the pilots had only seconds to decide what to do. The captain, Sully, was a former Air Force fighter pilot with decades of experience, and sitting beside him was First Officer Jim Sykes. Air traffic control offered nearby airports, but Sully did the math almost instantly. He knew the plane wasn't going to make it. If he had tried to reach an airport and came up short, the airplane would crash into one of the most densely populated cities in the world. So he told air control, "We're going to be in the Hudson." Now, with no engines, the airplane became one giant glider. People started praying, some texted their loved ones goodbye, and others held hands, believing it was their final moments. Sully carefully kept the wings level, and he lowered the nose of the plane just enough to maintain speed. At 3:31 p.m., about 3.5 minutes after the bird strike, the plane slammed into the ice-cold waters of the Hudson River, and it hit hard. But it didn't break apart. The crew members immediately opened the exits, and the passengers climbed onto the wings as the ice-cold water started pouring into the cabin. Now, around that time, the air temperature was below freezing, and the river was about 41 degrees Fahrenheit. I ain't never been in weather that cold or water, but I can just imagine how that felt. People were standing shoulder to shoulder on the wings, trying not to slip into the water. Then something incredible happened. New York ferry captains saw the crash and raced toward the plane before emergency crews can even get there. And one by one, every passenger and crew member was pulled to safety. And all 155 people survived. But not everyone made it out without injuries. And consider what had happened, that was nobody but God. Investigators later said that Sully's decision to land in the river, rather than attempting to make it to an airport, was the reason everyone lived. And that event became known around the world as the Miracle on the Hudson. And if you didn't know, now you know.